as well. I have with me here Miss Calici,
Yeah.
Gabrielle Calici. So tell me a little bit, Gabrielle, about what you're doing in the space and what brought you here to Crypto Connect.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited to be here with you at Crypto Connect, and I'm here because I'm speaking on a panel tomorrow, a Women in Web3 panel, where we're celebrating a lot of the local female leadership here in South Florida. So I'm a member of something called the Tuttle Tribe Web3Equity, which promotes education for girls getting into Web3, and I'm part of another amazing organization called Mission Impact, and we're doing a female leadership training program with low cohorts from all over the world, teaching skills with the metaverse and NFTs and emerging technology, digital intelligence and cryptocurrencies, and really helping to empower women to take a role as a creator and a leader in this space so that we're not left behind and that we really get to kind of participate in this revolution.
Well, that is fantastic. And it's such a fun space. When you talk about, you're going down the list of all the cool technologies,
Yeah.
and the AI and the NFTs, Web3, and the this and the that. I mean, it's a lot of fun, How did you get started in the space?
Yeah. Well, I had a background in health and wellness, so I'm in medicine. I was in holistic medicine for 18 years.
Oh.
And during COVID, I needed a little bit of a break, and I decided to do some humanitarian work in the Caribbean and Central America. So I lived in Puerto Rico, Guatemala, Dominican Republic, and I was building homes, and I was working on farms. I was learning permaculture, I was collecting trash and upcycling trash for different projects. And I stumbled onto tokenomics. Tokenomics is actually very popular in the Caribbean, Central America, developing countries, and they're using it for fundraising, and they're using it for building local economies, for empowering people to have their own financial systems. They're using it to create their own tokens and coins. It just completely blew me away, and I didn't totally grasp the potential for social impact of something like this. To me, it was just kind of like a little bit of a gambling thing that people did on the side as like a hobby. I didn't really understand how transformative it could be for society, for culture, for business, for community. And so I did the deep dive that we all do, and I read the books and took the courses, and I started teaching when I returned from my trip about a year ago. And I got recruited to work at these different organizations. I bought some of my own NFTs. I bought some of my own cryptocurrencies, and I've been exploring and experimenting ever since.
Amazing. Well, it is a fun ride. It can be bumpy at times. Yeah, look at the last couple of days, right? It's been a little scary at times. So really interesting. I think it's amazing what you're doing, of course, helping out the youth and the women, getting them in the space and helping them out. You mentioned Puerto Rico. How long were you there?
I was there about 2 months. I went back twice. I was building something called an earth ship.
Okay.
So an earth ship is a structure that's built out of recycled materials and found materials. So we use glass bottles, and we use aluminum cans, and it's a self-sustaining structure. So we capture the rain for water harvesting, and we have solar panels and botanical cells for growing food. So I'm very hippie in my non-crypto life. I'm very earthy, and so I was there for about 2 months doing those kinds of projects.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you're speaking here tomorrow. I know there's quite a few panels, I think, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Of important people. Sunday is a lot of times not the bigger day, so I think you did that on purpose, right? Put the interesting people on the second day. A lot of times we'll see. Scott has definitely, filled the place out.
Yeah, no, it's a good crowd and a lot of familiar faces. So if you live in South Florida and you make the rounds to all these conferences in Miami and Palm Beach and stuff like that, you start to see a lot of the same people, and it really does feel like a community. We all really are working on projects together. We're referring each other to different clients. We're supporting each other in our initiatives, and so it's really nice also just to get together and see a lot of the friends and family here.
Well, that is awesome. I even see people walking by, smiling and waving at her as we're sitting here talking about it. It is a community. It's a budding community as well. I think, what Scott is doing for Palm Beach is absolutely amazing. It's all been all about Miami. I was even upset. I was like, I can't believe we're going to Palm Beach and not Miami. Really? Oh, man. But it's really nice up here, and there's a big budding community. So it'd be great, because it is an hour and a half from Miami, but a lot of the people are coming up as well
Oh,
to,
yeah.
to this one. So that's great.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I made the trip up for a dinner on Thursday, and I'm back up here today and tomorrow. It took me an hour. I don't mind it. We also have the Bright Line now. We have a train that goes.
The Bright Line, they call it?
Yeah.
The Bright Line. It's supposed to be pretty nice.
It is. It's very luxurious.
It's luxurious, she said. Well, that's amazing. So, where do you go from here? What's your next stop?
After this conference, I have a couple more speaking engagements. I'm speaking at an event called Science on Tap, where they have people talk about different things. I'm speaking at science. I have another panel for a female organization called Elevate. So I like to do a lot of public speaking. I like to sort of spread, the news about Web3 and really invite people who aren't familiar to learn about it because of the amount of opportunities. There's job opportunities. And so I really like to let people know that this is some explore it a little bit, right? You might not make it your whole career like I'm currently doing, but it's good to just be aware because it's coming,
Awesome. So I don't know how much you hear of that, but that's the hey, you better pay attention voice that comes across there. For people out front, convention center, and other things you're not supposed to do. So what's your social media website? How do people find you?
Yeah, Dr. Gabby Pelicci on all channels. It's Dr. Gabby Pelicci is Pelicci. You can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram and YouTube. I actually have a pretty decent YouTube channel where there's a lot of these talks where you can learn something, and I bookmark some documentaries that are really valuable. And really, my mission is to just give you as much as exposure and share as much as I can with you so you can explore it for yourself.
Amazing. Doctor, thanks so much for coming on.